Welcome back to Edinburgh, where Royal Bank of Scotland has added its name to a list of banks that have threatened to move their registered offices to London if Scotland goes independent. The First Minister, Alex Salmond, has shrugged off the issue, calling the announcement scaremongering orchestrated by Downing Street. He insisted Scotland is rediscovering its self-confidence and that it's on the brink of making history. Well, more on that in a moment, but first, at 72, you'd think that Welsh musician John Cale might be slowing down. But as one of the founding members of the Velvet Underground, he's always been at the forefront of experimenting with sound. In his Lasers project, he's taken his old obsession with drone music and applied it to modern-day drone aircraft in a performance at the Barbican. I caught up with him at rehearsals and spoke to him about sound, his turbulent relationship with Lou Reed, the sexual abuse he suffered as a child, and as a one-time Welsh speaker, how he felt about Scottish independence.
Sound language is songs, it has language and choreography in the air. You give inanimate objects certain qualities and hopefully it'll be a total immersion of your senses in there. It won't be a concert, but it'll be an experience.
What is your fascination with these drones?
Taking away the connotations they normally have and placing them in a different surrounding and creating a different mood.
Because they are sinister things.
They are sinister things. That's what they're used for, sinister things. But in our case, we want to use them to create an installation of art.
I want to ask you a lot about drone, but where does it begin for you?
Well, 1963, I think. We rehearsed every day for a year and a half, holding a drone for about an hour and a half. I filed my bridge down on my viola and sustained a 3-string drone.
I know it's a very difficult subject. Have you got over Lou Reed's death?
Not really. I don't think that'll happen. You know, if you had a special place in music and in my development.
So were you cross or disappointed that Lou Reed continued to drink?
I'm very disappointed and I'm sad about it. It's really, you know, he was a great songwriter. Lou knew how to cut to the chase, and that's something that is a good thing to learn. Don't bore us, get us the chorus.
Is there one Velvet Underground track that you would say that is the definitive use of drone?
Well, Venus in Furs was the first one that I knew that we had a style of our own. Because one of the things that we really didn't want to do was to imitate anybody else. And, you know, everybody was learning the guitar solo from Green Onions. And let's stop that. Let's do things that our own way. So we detuned everything and made it really difficult for anybody to figure out what we were doing.
We're a few days away from Scotland deciding whether or not to stay part of the United Kingdom. And I wonder, as a Welshman, with a very deep Welsh heritage, a Welsh-speaking heritage, you know, what your perspective is on that.
I think it's kind of sad that it came to that. Wales wouldn't be able to do it.
Why not?
They don't have the economy to back it up.
What about the sense of identity?
Well, that'll always be there. I don't know why staying the way you are, you don't have a strong identity now as you would have afterwards. It's all it is nomenclature.
There's been this explosion in revelations and stories about child sexual abuse. This is something you've been through yourself as a child, so I mean...
Yeah, that was at the hands of a music teacher. That's at a difficult time, and I mean, I don't want to explain it, but...
You know, has it unlocked more anger in you?
Yeah. Yeah, but I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. You know, it's... Except I hope that people keep their nose to the grindstone and follow this thing through, because there's a lot of work to be done. I mean, the depth of this... I mean, the picture that it portrays of England in other countries is really terrible.
Normally, if I interview a musician your age, they are people who spend their time now basically playing stuff they wrote 30 years ago. You are the complete antithesis of that kind of musician. That you're constantly doing new things. And why? I mean, do you get bored? Or
Absolutely, really fast.
what's driving you? I mean, you don't need to be doing this, do you? You don't need to be working.
Yeah, I do, for my mental health. I mean, it's how to remain charming to your neighbors.
And you can see a longer version of that interview online. Just go to our website, channel4.com/news. So back to Scotland.